Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here, and welcome to another episode of my FC Badalona, or CF Badalona, I believe, CF they're called. Talent Factory Challenge, and of course, in the last episode, it was quite a while ago now because compared to my other Football Manager videos, they're a bit different because this is sort of building youth talent with the regens, and it's going to take, I really want to play a lot into the game so they can get really experience and stuff, but obviously we've got some now, so I want to show you some games where I put the best regens in. Obviously there's some that probably not good enough yet, but even if they're not good enough, I'm still going to play them. Like players I basically gave every player out of the youth intake, I gave them all a contract, and hopefully obviously they won't all come into good players, but don't forget we're in the lowest Spanish league, so this is as low as you're going to get, but obviously some players don't even reach that level. But we've got Eric here. He's not our best one. I'll show you the best one. Well, already, Said Bar. But this guy, Eric, I'd like to see their full name so I know what the actual name is. Where is he? Here, Eric Bosch. He's from Spain. Obviously, normally they have more than one. It really depends what country they're from. Anyway, he's a left midfielder. We can use him. He's really solid if you ask me, especially technically. A lot of them aren't great technically. He's well-rounded technically. Not too much low ones. As you can see, lowest is 5 in tackling. So, that's pretty good. And mentally, he's got a few attributes over 10, which is pretty good for a younger player. So, no doubt he can make an impact, as we don't really have much amazing left midfielders. Obviously, our amazing one is Joan Ma. Obviously, he's going to take that position. But over these beast players, or not beast, like our best players, I'm going to play my regents to give them experience, because that's the thing now. Obviously, already there isn't too much games left in the season, and obviously we're going to come mid-table. So I've already secured that mid-table position. So I thought from now I'll give some regen players a chance. So I thought I'll do a match, put some in, and then I'll just play to the end of the season. Then I'll show you the results. Anyway, Pablo Gallardo, we're going to give him a rest. And as I said, let's bring on Pablo. He's probably our best regen centre-back. He's still obviously on the youth contract as they all are, but he's 3-star report. But honestly, I'm not taking the report stars into consideration because my coaches aren't really bad. I'm going to try and judge them from myself and play them in the matches and really give a judgment by myself, because that's how it is in real life. If you have these young players in your youth team, you don't get numbers like in Football Manager. You have to judge them from what you see in training and in match games. So that's what I'm going to do. And he's got solid attributes already for a defender. With the 12 heading and 12 tackling. Marking still needs some work, but that's solid. His natural fitness is very good. Jumping as well. So he can be an okay player. So we're going to blood him in this match. Give him his debut at 15 years of age. If you go back to him right here, was he the tall player we had? 200 centimetres for a 15-year-old. You're not going to see that quite often. And so we're going to put him in. So being that height, no doubt. As you can see, our major goal scorers here. You got Bayon from that right midfield position. You got Albert Yagüe and our other striker, Joan Grassa. We didn't really get amazing striker, so that's something we're going to have to work on. Joan Grassa. Like I said in a previous episode, I may offer contracts to these younger original players, but obviously eventually they'll get overtaken by the regens, hopefully with the quality anyway. And if you've seen, like the balance is in the red, but if you look here, before I get into the match, again, I want to show a lot of information. Hopefully people appreciate that. But anyway, contracts, if I go to expiring, there's this many players, however that much that is. I'll just put, I can't, can I choose them all, or is it, no, okay, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 7 players that's going to run out of their contract, and that will free up the wage, and hopefully that will get us like the money back. And we're going to that's the thing, we're going to get rid of those, and they're coming in with youth players who are only on $55 per week. So hopefully that can be good to save a bit of extra money. And then you spend that extra money, you spend it on the youth finances or the youth facilities, the youth development, and the what is the other one called? I got to go into it because I haven't really checked. There's a lot of names. If you go where are we? Facilities, here. There's junior coaching, youth recruitment, and youth facilities. Corporate facilities, I'm not sure exactly what that is, but corporate facilities, I'll have to see what it means. But training as well, but more so the youth, junior coaching, and the youth recruitment. Like, that's not bad, average on 2 of them. So, that's okay. But for now, we'll go into the match, and I'll try and choose the team like I would normally. And of course, not to mention we've been good form. Like, our team is solid, formation solid. I've been using this formation in all my games. But yeah, I'll just go on the club fixtures again. I see a lot of wins for an average team where I haven't really been able to improve it. So that's very good. And the only way I can improve it is by regens. That's the story behind this challenge. So, oh yeah, Pablo, he has not good condition, so I might have to put someone else in. For do we have another centre back? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them don't have high condition because they played in the youth match, so I think I'm just going to have to leave them out because of that reason. Yeah, I'll just put Pellegrini, who's actually our captain, I believe. If I chose him as the captain, I think I did. But anyway, any of them here that have enough fitness, like Said Bar, I wanted to play them, but maybe I'll play him. No, I'll just play through, because I don't think I've done a live game yet of this one, so I'll just put Eric is the only one. So even though Jama is our best player, we're going to give Eric a chance and see what he can do in the match. And I think of course you want to put in good performances because you want to score goals, obviously. Yague's been on good form, but Joan Guasa, he's definitely part of the future until I get better regens, as I said. Alex, as the goalkeeper, is very, very solid compared to our youth goalkeeper we got. He's going to be there because I have to think about it. I can't just put in all these bad players, or like the morale of the team will be lower. So I've got to think about that as well. You got to give a good balance, but eventually the regen players will overtake them. As you can see, the team's a bit more full, but all these players here, like the youth players, yeah, they can't really. I thought I was used to be able to drag it, but like to highlight players, but I can't seem to do it right now. I'm not sure why, but anyway, I usually can. But yeah, anyway, I'll move on from that. Yeah, we've got 5 on the bench right here. Any sidebar maybe off the bench? Nah, the fitness maybe now if we need him, and just take off Pablo because his condition is lower. Actually, I might bring him on. Might take off. Yeah, we'll leave Grasser on for the full match, and yeah, I think I'll leave it at that and to go into this match unless anyone now, should we give him a chance? Yeah, of course. Like I said, this is what I want to base it around. I'll check him out so you can see how good he is and all that kind of thing, and then we'll go into the match. He's got the 1-star report. His key attributes, obviously tackling there, and see again, I used to be able to highlight it. Okay, you can that way, but yeah. Anyway, you can see anyway. His pace is 11. I'll go back to him so I can analyze him a bit more. Yeah, pace 11, natural fitness is good, bravery, so he's got some good attributes there, but obviously he's not amazing, but hopefully we can go into a match and do well. Pablo, just give him a number. I don't really care too much about the numbers, really, unless they're like key players, doesn't really matter. I'll focus more on that on another time, but anyway, going to our first match, I'm eagerly anticipating 2 new players coming in. You got Eric at the left midfield position now. And of course, any people who know how to pronounce his Spanish name, is it like Arnu or Arnau, I'm not sure, or something else. And yeah, a lot of them, it really depends. Like some of them are pretty easy, just it depends, I guess. But anyway, moving into this match, who we're playing against here? We're playing against easy. They're 19th, Sant Andreu or Andrew again. I'm not sure about their names, but anyway, moving on. Again, I'll do my tactic. They have 2 strikers and attacking mid, so I'll do my closing down, tight marking, and show onto the weaker foots. All on that. It really depends on their formation as well, like which positions they use, but really more or less just all the attacking players, either strikers or attacking mids, or left and right attacking mids as well. Anyway, let's go into the match. I got all those set up. Everything other, like all the other positions don't really matter as much, but we'll go into it now. As you can see, Samuel Bayon, he's clearly been our best player with scoring goals and assisting. And as a striker, Joan Grassi's been solid. And Jalmar, like I said, on the left side with heaps of assists. You can see our key players with that. So anyway, I tell them to go out and enjoy themselves. Let's see our best, or not our best, our regens. You got Eric, no reaction, and Arnu, yeah, no reaction as well. So that's, I suppose it's not bad or good, so that's okay. Anyway, it will be ideal, I suppose, for Arnu, or Arnau, however you say it, for him to put in a good defensive performance. And obviously Eric to put some good passes in, maybe get some crosses in. As you can see here, number 25 there, getting the pressure on. There, clear mistake. And then Xavi Munoz, he scores a goal. And you see that a lot in these lower leagues, like mistakes by the keepers, mistake by any player really with passes, as you can see there. They passed it back. Then Eric, another Eric, their goalkeeper, And Xavi Munoz, a very nice finish there on the volley, I believe that was. It's really hard to tell with the dots, but people say they prefer the 2D gameplay. I got to say, I do as well. I've used the 2D Classic since Football Manager 2008, and I've never really liked the 3D. Like, it's never been too amazing for me to watch it. And sometimes the play seems too far away. I'm not sure if you compare it with my other ones, but yeah, it's easier for me to make videos as well. But here, Edgar, again, I think that was Anu. Yeah, he had a chance to intercept, but he couldn't. I'm not surprised there, and with this end of the season, I'm going to be playing these region players, so I don't really care about the results as much as early in the season. Well, to be honest, I just wanted to make sure I came mid-table. If I got promoted in the next division, we'll get straight back relegated because I want to play these region players. So it was really ideal for me to balance it. And obviously you want to get good results, but luckily for me, I suppose you don't want it, but it was bad results at the start. But the second half of the season, we've been pretty amazing for the players I've had, not being able to really improve my team. And if you want to see more, if you're like watching this for the first time, go back and watch the first episode, because we've got other guys in there like Marcelo. He's another younger player who he signed on a free from Real Madrid. Obviously I didn't sign him, he was already at the team, but yeah, he's a solid player. Another one we might keep because he's 19. But eventually I want to get them overtaken by the regions, because that's the whole point of this challenge. Anyway, it's a draw. I've got to be happy with that, playing some new youth players. I'll just say I'm not pleased, because that always works when you're not winning, even though I am pretty pleased with it playing away. And as I said, I have not bought any players, so I haven't improved my players with any, or I haven't improved my team with any signings or players. But you can sign coaches, obviously, and scouting. That's how you improve your scouting network, and hopefully I can do that. It hasn't really shown too much yet. We got some Moroccan players, but I believe that's because Morocco, that's part of Spain. I believe someone commented that. Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I probably have to research a bit so I know a lot about it. But obviously, yeah, hopefully you can see some other countries coming through in the youth system. That's the whole point of this series, really. Well, I suppose the whole point of it is to get, as you can see there, Pratt scores. But yeah, that's the point of it, at least for me. To build a good youth system, and and you do that through scouting network to get different nationalities in. Obviously, some nations are better than others, but don't forget Spain is one of the best naturally. So you probably just want Spanish ones anyway, because they bring in very good talent. As you saw, we got one in already. Saeed Bar, he has potential. According to my coach, his potential is to be like a leading player in this league, not like a higher level. So we'll see how he develops. But Eric there, nice pass for Bayon. Should finish here, and he does. He's just been amazing. Yeah, that's all. He's just amazing. He scores assists. He's got actually one more year on his contract, so that's good, keeping him, unless we get some offers. But you don't really get much transfer offers when you're in the lower leagues. In just my experience, like any league, well, I suppose comparing to the championship levels, like in England, you don't really get much offers in like the Blue Square Premier and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's just my experience, because two things: because the players aren't valued so much, and also because teams don't have so much cash, their balance is really low, so they just basically get free agents or free transfers. So yeah, that's what they do with that. Samuel Bayon, again, I put on Gabri. He doesn't play there, so we kind of made a mistake there, but I'll put on Jama. He can play on that side, I should say. I'll put him there. Then Gabri, he can maybe come midfield for Xavi Munoz. And Pablo, again, I thought I might as well put him on, because he's like the regen player. I'll take Pellegrini out. For the captain, he hasn't been like how I want. I'll just leave it. And I'll do it. I just want to not do it to not waste as much time, but usually it gets a good result, as you can see. Two players seeming relaxed, so you got to be happy with that. 2 out of 3, and I like when my players are relaxed, so I don't want to put pressure on them, especially as a young team, playing with some younger players now. And Xavi Munoz just got injured, so we got to do that exactly again. Anyway, let's bring on Gabri into the midfield, Bayon off, Jeanma onto that side, and as I said, Pablo on for Pellegrini. I just did that, so I have to repeat the whole thing. And what's the bet that my players don't get the pressures off? As you see, it's going to be bad, and none of them get it. So yeah, but I don't really care too much. Like I said, going into the second half of the season, there's only like 5 or 6 games left. I don't really care. We're going to come mid-table, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to get promoted, because as I said before, it'll be too hard to stay up playing with regens, and it'll be obviously impossible to get promoted. So of course, mid-table was like the perfect position for me to not get relegated and get fired. That would have happened because there's no league below this. And of course, mid-table. So the high expectations aren't too high for next season, but ideally want to try and get promoted next season. Though I don't think it will happen if we're playing with I don't see how we're going to play better than this season. So maybe the following season after our regions get some. But to be realistically, it takes 3 or 4 seasons for them to reach anywhere near their potential. So it might even be like 3 or 4 seasons until we get promoted. Because don't forget, I can't make any signings. And like the first few seasons isn't about getting promoted. It's about just developing the youth, and that's the main thing. At least that's how I'm going to go about it. As you can see, Juan Ma scoring the finisher. I believe, he's going to be at the team next season, and Bayon to really beast on the left side or right side. So leave your comments. Do you think I should start them more or start my regions? But also, not to start the regions every match. Like if you play them every match, they might get burned out or something. At least you can't play them every match because they're going to be way too tired and you might ruin their potential. Like playing them every so often is better than playing them every single match. They'll get too tired because they're not... their physical levels aren't good enough, especially in terms of the fitness and stamina. You need to improve that in the training, but some of them obviously are fairly good at that already. It just really depends what kind of player they are, I guess. So here, we should pick up the win. You know they have this highlight right at the end all the time, and probably 95% of the time, nothing really eventuates from that. And yeah, we picked up a win from a couple of our key players performing well. If you take the review from that, obviously... Eric, he got a 7.4 rating and assist, so that was ideal performance by him. Arnu, 6.9 rating, not too bad for a defender where we conceded 2 goals. So I got to say I'll do calm, and then I'll say that was a good win, and that's how you get a good team talk from that. Especially playing away, and that moves us up to 10 now. Obviously, we're not going to get promoted or we're not going to get relegated, so I'm just going to give my regions games for the rest of the season, give them experience, and hopefully that can lead them to improve in training. But it is going to be hard because our youth levels are really hard, and this is like a long-term game, so it's not going to be like my Arsenal and Schalke series. I'm not going to do heaps of matches. I'm going to maybe do just a couple episodes every season, and so I can get through it a lot until I can reach until my team is really filled with good regions and that kind of thing, and that's going to take a long time. Not sure if I'm able, because I have to actually play it a lot for that to happen, so I'm not sure how it'd be. So I'm just putting it out there. It's not going to be, the episodes for this aren't going to be too often. The next episode might be the start of the season, and I'll just see how I go with that. But anyway, hopefully enjoy that. Follow me on Twitter. Obviously my name's there. You can search for that or just search for Footy Manager TV. Each way it works. And I'll see you guys next time for some more Football Manager videos.